Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna show you guys my micros all the way to my macros that goes in my grocery cart for the New York Pro. Let's not waste any time, let's get to it. All right, so here we have some tricolor peppers. I really love peppers. So zucchini squash is a great vegetable that I like. It digests very well. I like to put it sometimes in the air fryer. Pretty delicious actually. Oh shit. Just trying to pick a few avocados out. Basically in my diet, I have fats in the morning and I have fats at night. So avocado is one of the options that I can use. I don't do it every day because I like to switch them up a little bit. We'll do like different ones between coconut oil, almond butter, avocado. But avocado just feels very healthy, tastes delicious with a little bit of salt on it. All right guys, so that's it for my micros right now for vegetables. You're not limited to that. You can also, you know, asparagus, cucumber even. There's so many different options. Right now, I'm really loving these. Probably swap it into like asparagus or whatever I'm feeling. But like I said, there's more than one option. Get creative with it and you'll enjoy your meals better this way. All right guys, next up is bananas. These are full of potassium. I have these pre-workout every day. Coach asked for 150 grams of banana. So it's actually not one. Usually it's almost 1.5. I think it's like 30 carbs pre-workout from banana. It gives you a wicked pump and it's nice and quick shuttling to the muscle so you have energy for your workout. All right guys, next up is potatoes. Gold potatoes, I find that they cook a little bit better. They're a little bit more moist.
Buttery.
Or buttery, but yeah, the gold potatoes are my favorite. Potatoes don't have as much nutrients in them, but it's a great carb source, just kind of like rice. If you want something a little bit more better nutrients in it, it's gonna be your sweet potato. So I don't tend to have the potatoes pre-workout because it is a little bit more volume than say your rice. I do have the potatoes for 2 meals a day, usually after the workout. Remember, I'm having 7 meals a day, so 2 is potatoes. I have yet to add the sweet potatoes. We're gonna add them in this week. So we're gonna pick some up where they're a little bit more nutrient dense. You're gonna get a little bit more out of them. It's a very complex carb. Digestibility is gonna be a little bit longer. It'd be a great pre-workout carb to give you that sustained energy all the way through. All right, so usually with every meal, I put a little bit of the hardwood smoked bacon. I like this one the best. It's really good for your cholesterol and just kidding. I always get grass-fed beef. This is always a good option. I do beef once a day. Probably one of my more favorite proteins that I like. A little more, what's the word? So yeah, that one, the satiating or whatever.
Satiating.
Yeah, whatever.
Satiating.
Satiating? Satiating.
Satiating.
Satiating. It's more satiating than the other proteins. Here we have our natural boneless, skinless chicken breast. Obviously a staple in any bodybuilder's diet. It's gonna be chicken. Chicken and rice. Can't ever go wrong there. So we'll just grab one pack here. I also use trifecta as well. Sometimes I go back and forth. See that?
I'm at the rice.
Yeah. Happy baby. So here we have jasmine rice. I like jasmine rice or like a sticky rice, like a sushi rice. But we kind of go back and forth between a jasmine and a sushi. I find the sushi rice a little bit easier to get down as it kind of clumps together and you can kind of get it in easier. The jasmine's like in between this one and a basmati. I don't like basmati at all, it's too grainy. All right guys, we are getting some Splenda. This is the 0-calorie sweetener that I like. I find stevia disgusting and it actually hurts my stomach. Splenda works great.
Coconut oil, we use this in like morning and at night normally. So it's because you're allergic to peanut butter. So we just use the coconut oil instead. Like 15 grams in the morning and then 20 grams at night.
Another carb source of mine, cream of rice. And I do this orange box, only this orange box really. I'm doing it for years. It's probably the most easily digestible carb. If you haven't had it before, it's basically like oatmeal, but in a rice form. So it kind of makes like depending on how you want it too, you can put a lot more water in and you can make it a little bit a different texture than say you put a little less water and it turns into more of a cake. It's kind of nice. You can change it up just by changing the water. Kind of makes your breakfast a little bit different. I do this one for sure, either for breakfast or it's also a great pre-workout. You can have this one any time of the day, honestly. Next carb is my post-workout and that is corn flakes. 4 grams of sugar, total of 36 grams of carbs for 42 grams total. Do about 140 grams of this post-workout. A lot of carbs to the muscles. You got to restore the glycogen. It's great after the gym. Easily digesting, no bloat at all. I have 2 scoops of protein with it. Look at all the different ones. There's Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. There's this one, Diet. Dr. Pepper Blackberry. This is blackberry, but not zero sugar. Then they have a zero sugar blackberry. I love this one, Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. And then there's Dr. Pepper Cherry. There's Dr. Pepper Strawberry and Cream. So Diet Pop, I know some people don't drink it, some people disagree. Honestly though, like if you're dieting and you need something to just kill your cravings, or I love it. I feel like it's a nice treat. I'm also really sensitive to caffeine, so I don't have like a Diet Pop after like 7 p.m. That's another thing. Frozen blueberries. This is the organic ones. I love these ones. I feel like they're just like a lot bigger than the wild ones. I feel like they're smaller, and I feel like there's more flavor in these. It's always a tradition after we get our groceries that we hit a few slots since we're here in Las Vegas. Wiener, Gagno. That's a big overview of what my groceries look like. Pretty much everything. I think I just forgot salt, which is just iodized salt. I have a huge one at home, so I didn't need to pick that up. Pretty much everything else here that you guys saw is what I'm eating on a regular basis leading into the New York Pro. With a few things that we can substitute, of course. I did mention a few things like the fats. We do coconut oil, almond butter, avocado. There's so many different ones that you can do, and they're all okay, kind of on preference, you know, how you're feeling. And it's nice to have those alternatives for when you're dieting, so you can keep things exciting. It's not the most exciting sport that we have to do, you know, eating just every 2 hours. It gets pretty repetitive. Other than that, I just want to say thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you gained a few tips and things that you can do in your own program. I look forward to seeing the next one. Grimy out.
You guys vloggers?